There we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Elemental Energies with Chris Ann and Jeff. Not really, but that's the page that you're on right now. As many of you know, am not at Elemental Energies with Chris Ann and Jeff, which, by the way, is our home. My family, Chris Ann and Ari, have immune deficiencies or immune systems are compromised, and so here I am. I am staying at the York Harbor Inn, which is my day job, even though I've been furloughed right now. The owner of the York Harbor Inn, wonderful guy. I can't speak enough good things about him. He has actually allowed me, even though the inn is closed, to live in one of the largest suites here, which is absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, things are in that nature, things are wonderful for me. I do miss my home, I do miss my family, but this is something we're having to go through. So actually, let me get through the spiel real quick of explaining Reiki, explaining runes, etc., and we'll get into the meat of the subject. So anyway, welcome to Rune Reiki. This is my modality that I created, and I am a Usui Reiki master teacher, but it's a Japanese thing, okay? It is very powerful, it is wonderful, it's an awesome modality. It has done miracles for people, but it's hard for me to pronunciate the symbols. So, although it works extremely well for me, the Elder Futhark runes are much more in my nature, much more who I am. And their symbols and their meanings flow through me completely. And so that's what I use. The Usui Reiki, there are symbols that are wonderful. They do great things. There is only one that I can pronunciate correctly. And that is the only one that I can form the picture within my mind and remember all the nuances, what it's about, being able to pronunciate it, and being able to put that energy out. So I use the Elder Futhark runes, and I do this in a practice called Galdar. So Galdar is a voicing, speaking, or singing, in other words, a verbalization of the runes. But it's not simply a speaking of them, it is a broadcasting with energy. So Galdar is the form that I use for my Rune Reiki, and when we have Rune Reiki when we have Reiki shares at Elemental Energies with Chris Ann and Jeff, I always have to let everybody that comes for their first time know I'm not a quiet Reiki practitioner. Don't jump off the table and run. So anyway, it's awesome that you all are joining me. I love it. I love this time that we have together. And the runes are basically, in a nutshell, the runes are the Elder Futhark runes are a 7,000-year-old language. And this language was used by the Norsemen, by the early Germanic European peoples before they just went everywhere. But anyway, so they use Galdar a little bit differently. Some of them. They all have their own way. That's the cool thing. Runes are all about bringing them into your heart and your life and using them as a tool for growth, using them as a tool. They are a tool for unlocking our innermost potential, our abilities. And so there were some that were bards, and they would go, not modern day or more modern day bards, but they would go from village to clan to village to clan to, and they would recite these Eddas and poems and things, and they would use Galdar as a form of communicating news from one clan to another. And so that is where the European bards came in, and the ones that went around and they would sing and they would perform and do all these things. So the runes were also involved in specific runes have specific deities that they are connected to in the Nordic hierarchy of gods. You know, Odin, Thor, all of them. They all have their own rune and their own symbology. I really don't get into that. I know some of them. I don't know all of them. I know some of them, and occasionally I will, because I channel, occasionally I will bring into remembrance. Like if I use Thursaw, I do remember that Thursaw is a branch with a thorn, and the thorn is meant for protection. It is a symbol of Thor's hammer. So anytime that I broadcast the energy for Thursaw, I am picturing in my being and transmitting through Galdar Thursaw as protection, as strength, as power, typically overwhelming power and overwhelming protection. So in that aspect, I am remembering what this rune is, how I need to focus that energy, and the power that I'm broadcasting when I do so. Okay, other runes. Algiz. Algiz is cool. So Algiz is basically, well, all the runes are basic stick, straight line, stick symbols. So Algiz is simply a stick man or stick figure with its hands and arms raised to the heavens, beseeching their divine for assistance. So Algiz is a very spiritual rune. It is also in regards to spiritual protection as well, and spiritual power. So the runes are very powerful. They're a very powerful tool, and I love using them with my Reiki because all those things just flow with Reiki. So now, Reiki. Reiki is a way to use the energy of the universe that surrounds us all in order to manipulate and help another person. Another animal, a situation, you name it. Reiki is really cool. So in regards to Reiki and people, and animals as well, by the way, anything that breathes, we have 3 layers of self. We have our physical self that when I do this, you can see my body move. That's my physical self. The next layer out is my emotional self. The furthest layer out is my spiritual self. Now, all of this forms around us. This entire thing, front, back, side to side, it surrounds us in a field of this energy. So anytime that we have issues of physical nature, it causes us problems all the way through. So if we're physically ill, it causes us emotional distress, which in turn causes us spiritual distress. So if I'm sick and feeling sorry for myself for being sick, then hello, that's an emotion. Well, I'm not just feeling sorry for myself about being sick and feeling depressed because I'm sick. It's also affecting me spiritually. I am feeling like why is the universe allowing this to happen to me? It pulls me away from my connections with the universe or with my deity or whatever the case may be. I classify myself as a spiritualist, so I am all about the universe. I know there are other beings out there because they come to me and they help me in situations when I ask them, but I don't worship them. They're friends. They're compadres. They come, they help me. If they were to ever need my help for something, I would return the favor. And that is all it simply is. It's a loose partnership of respected beings, equal respect. It's a shared, yeah, sure, I know, they're more powerful than I am for the most part, most of them. But they don't need my worship. They have no use for my worship. They don't get anything out of it. They don't need to control me. So anyway, enough of that. I got off on a tangent there. So Reiki, we go in, and there are different chakras, of course. Basically, when I do Reiki, I pull all this energy, this all surrounding us. It's all vibrational energy. Everything that has cells vibrates. That vibration can be tapped into. That energy can be pulled. It can't be destroyed, but it can be pulled and it can be repurposed and used without it losing its integrity, without it causing harm, without any of that. So I pull all this energy up, like I have roots going out from my feet, go into the earth, and I just pull this energy up. And what I do, I'm going to step back for a minute. I pull all this energy up and I ball it right here in my sacral chakra. If you've studied Asian ways, this would be your chi center. So I ball all this up and all this energy is rolling around, getting more and more stronger. And then I bring it up my chakra chain, growing as it comes. And I change the vibrational energy right here in my throat chakra, and I voice the runes with power. And projecting that power, speaking that rune specifically, I am putting that intention into the vibrational energy to cause whatever healing I may be able to cause. I bring peace. I'm really good at grounding people and clearing people. So anyway, that's my thing. I love it. It's not only is it exciting for me, but I'm able to help people. I enjoy helping people. And that is what this Sunday broadcast is all about. So this Sunday, there are a number of people that need a touch, and I know who those people are for the most part. If you do, then all I ask is that you know that I am sending energy to you. And anyone, I can't do this, I can, but I'm not allowed to ethically do this without your permission. In order for you to grant permission for and accept the energy that I am going to send, you have to purpose within your heart and within your mind and within your body to be open to it and accepting. If it isn't something that you want, I understand. If you're just here to see, hey, what is this guy talking about? What's going on here? That's cool. Just say, no, not today. And imagine a wall in front of you. And the energy will bypass you and will not enter into you and change anything about you. However, having said that, if after the fact you decide, hey, maybe that guy's not as crazy as he looks, Maybe I want that. Maybe that could help me. Know that when I do what I do, I pull that energy, I change that vibrational energy permanently. It is embedded in this video. Every time, let me stress that, every time you see this video, you open yourself to that vibrational energy, it will affect you in a positive way until what you need is achieved. It will. You have my word on it. I promise. I promise you. So, having said that, let's see. We covered runes. We covered Reiki. We covered acceptance of the energy. So, we covered the fact that there are some people that I know that need a touch. Today. So today, one of the biggest things that I want to address is, sorry, I get emotional sometimes, which isn't a bad thing. So there are so many of us that have, we're alone. I'm alone. We're alone. We're used to having people close. Let me get a drink. I'm an empath too, so all this is hitting me really hard. So anyway, we're used to interacting with people. We are used to having the touch of another person. We are used to being able to hug, to reach out and say, let's go for a walk, let's spend some time together, all of that. We can't do that right now, obviously. There are many of us, like myself, who are cut off. Yeah, I'm still working. I like the guy that is my helper. He's a great guy. But, and he does, he has companionship. But we have people that are special to us that we can't be as close to as what we are used to. Even being surrounded by all this anger, all this hurt, all this fear, it affects us. So today, what I would like to do is use my Rune Reiki to clear you, to bring you peace, to help you feel and help you realize that there are people that care. There are people that love you, they care, and, sorry. I'm a clean freak. Oh, I just noticed a spider web. So anyway, let's do it, shall we? Okay. Gebo. Now these Gable. I'd like to show you a run that I'm going to use today. This is Ingwaz. Now Ingwaz is all about new beginnings. Ingwaz is a life rune. It is about new life. It is about new beginnings. It is about, for a young mother, it is all about pregnancy, about bringing new life into the world. And so what I would like to do is bring new life, new peace, and new beginnings from this day forward for all of us. Renewed life. Each star bringer of light near me, I ask for your assistance. Come. Now these T-1 Urus Gebo Unyo So, being a Reiki practitioner, emotion is not a bad thing. Emotion is a wonderful thing. Emotion is, and empathy is what empowers our manifestational abilities. If you don't care, how can you accomplish anything if you don't care? So, what I would say to you is just share, you know, just care about each other and share from a distance. So, and thank you for joining me today. Be well. If any of you have an issue and you want to contact me privately, you're welcome to. Anyone that is needing a more substantial, more specific Reiki session, you are welcome to contact Chris-Ann or I. She is a wonderful Reiki practitioner as well. Actually, she was originally my teacher. So one of these days I have to teach her. But anyway, so having said that, we are offering discounts, substantial discounts. You're welcome to contact Chris-Ann and talk with her about it. Thank you. Thank you, friends. And thank you for allowing me this time. Be well.